I told my husband he needs to choose between me or his elderly mother living with us after I found out she's been secretly feeding our 1-year-old daughter honey and other foods I explicitly told her were unsafe. And now his whole family is saying I'm cruel for threatening to kick out a sick woman who just wants to bond with her granddaughter. I'm 29 and my husband Mark is 32. We have a 1-year-old daughter named Sophie. Mark's mother Linda is 68 and has been living with us for 6 months after she was diagnosed with early stage dementia. Her doctor said she shouldn't live alone, but she's still mostly independent and functional. When Linda moved in, I sat down with her and explained our rules for Sophie. No honey until she's over 1 because of botulism risk. No choking hazards like grapes or popcorn. No added sugar. Nothing that's not on the approved list I gave her. Linda seemed to understand and said she'd follow my guidelines. About 3 weeks ago, I came home from running errands and found Linda giving Sophie a spoonful of honey. I freaked out and grabbed it away. Linda seemed confused about why I was upset. I reminded her that babies under 1 can't have honey because it can cause botulism poisoning. Linda said a little honey never hurt anyone, and she'd given it to Mark when he was a baby. I explained that guidelines have changed and it's genuinely dangerous. She apologized and said she forgot. I talked to Mark about it. He said his mom's memory is getting worse and we needed to be patient with her. I said I could be patient about a lot of things, but not about our daughter's safety. Last week I was working from home in my office when I heard Sophie making happy sounds in the kitchen. I went to check and found Linda feeding her chocolate pudding. I asked what she was doing. Linda said Sophie loved it and had already eaten half the cup. I was furious. I asked why she was giving a 1-year-old chocolate pudding. Linda said it was just a treat and Sophie was fine. I said Sophie isn't supposed to have added sugar or dairy in large amounts yet. Linda said I was being too strict and babies need to try different foods. I took Sophie and the pudding away. Linda started crying and said I was being mean to her. I said I'd specifically given her a list of safe foods and she kept ignoring it. When Mark got home, his mother had called him crying about how I'd yelled at her. Mark asked me to calm down. I told him what happened. He said it was just pudding and Sophie was fine. I said that wasn't the point. That night after Linda went to bed, I found a bag of candy in her room and some cookies. I realized she'd probably been sneaking Sophie treats when I wasn't around. I told Mark I wanted his mother to move out. He was shocked. He said she has nowhere else to go and we'd committed to taking care of her. I said I'd committed to taking care of someone who would respect our parenting choices, not someone who deliberately fed our baby unsafe food. Mark said his mom has dementia and doesn't remember the rules. I said then she can't be trusted alone with Sophie. And since I work from home, I can't watch both of them all day. Mark suggested his mom could stay but not be alone with Sophie. I said that wasn't realistic in our house and I didn't want to police her constantly. I said either she goes or I'm taking Sophie and staying somewhere else. Mark said I was being cruel and heartless, that his mother is sick and scared and just wants to bond with her granddaughter. I said she can bond without potentially giving our baby botulism or choking her. Mark's sister called and said I was a terrible person for threatening to kick out their sick mother. Mark's brother said I was overreacting and that kids eat stuff they're not supposed to all the time. Linda cried to me directly and said she'd be more careful. I said she'd already said that twice and I couldn't trust her anymore. My mom thinks I'm being too harsh and that Linda doesn't mean any harm. My best friend thinks I'm completely right and that safety comes first. Mark has been sleeping on the couch for 3 days. He says if I force him to choose, it will end our marriage. Am I the asshole?